Hello, and welcome again to another episode of Third Action. I am your host and game master for the evening, Jason, and these are the same three undead turkeys that were here last week, apparently. Oh shit, they weren't here last week. 2 weeks
We
ago,
were not.
3
It's been a
weeks
couple weeks.
2 weeks.
ago. We're back.
Gobble gobble.
A dinosaur story.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Sorry.
How do we both make that reference? That's the worst reference.
Yes. In the bottom left, we have Charlotte playing Asherford, Human Ranger.
Hi.
In the bottom middle, we've got Greshy Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, and his dog Phelan 2, played by Will.
Hello there.
And in the bottom
Woo.
right, we have Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Arastil, and Murderer of Random Civilians.
That was a
Oh, no.
total accident.
That was the saddest day.
It was terrible, and we're going to do it again, I'm sure.
The party is demoralized.
So, if anybody has missed the, I guess, the last couple of weeks, we were out, I was on vacation, things happen. We put out a couple of small Greshy minisodes, a little bit of background story that'll be relevant to the campaign coming up. Those are both out on our YouTube and in the podcast feed, so if you haven't checked those out, check them out. They're only about an hour long each, try to keep them short. But none of that's relevant to today. Today is time for Undead. So, last time on Third Action. Where did we start? So the gang has been investigating a series of grisly murders in town, in the town of sleepy town of Sandpoint and its surrounding areas. I guess it's not so sleepy. Whatever. The town of Sandpoint. Each of these murders has had one or more victims, their flesh flayed from their skin, a Sahedron, the seven-pointed star of Thassalon, etched into their flesh, and their jaws removed from their faces. You've already investigated one of the murder scenes, a sawmill in town. You investigated the bodies from another incident at a sort of abandoned farmhouse not too far outside of Sandpoint. And now, as you were, I guess you also went to the sanatorium, a nearby house for the, I guess, mentally ill.
And not where people get clean.
Yes, not where people get clean. Oh, maybe they get cleaned from their mental illness, but it doesn't really seem like that. Run by a man named Aaron Habe, a kind of creepy old dude, who you guys are incredibly suspicious of. You went there to... Cool. He's kind of cool. He's neat. He's got some little tinctures. You went there to speak with a surviving victim of one of the attacks, who himself seems to have gone off his rocker, and has since turned into a ghoul, basically before your very eyes. You defeated and then killed him, and were in the process of investigating the surrounding area of the sanatorium, due to your suspicions of the proprietor and his lackeys. And while doing so...
bodies, we're pretty sure.
Yeah.
Maybe. While doing so,
Totally
you saw a horseman ride past in the night with a lantern towards Sandpoint. You raced to catch up with him. Turns out he was old Maester Grump, from a farm out in the farmlands of Sandpoint, who claimed that there was something bad happening on their farm, on a farm nearby, the Hambley farm. So you decided to go check that out yourselves, and were met with a rather grisly situation. The farm itself seemed to be devoid of farmhands. There were many scarecrows propped up around the fields, Initially, they seemed to be just regular scarecrows, but it turns out that some of them were, in fact, humans turned ghoul. And in one sad case, a human not yet turned ghoul that was accidentally killed. In a... would I call it a fit of rage? I'm not sure. You guys decided to beeline for the main structure on the farm, the farmhouse and barn atop a hill, where you hoped that maybe there would be somebody, like maybe this is like the base operations or something. You saw, as you approached, you saw, this farmhouse, and that's kind of built into a large stone structure, like the head of a statue, it looks like. It's kind of embedded in the ground. As well as the smaller farmhouse, right, just slightly to the south, across the road, across the dirt path. You decide to investigate the farmhouse first. Asher attempts to climb up to the second story sort of hay bale entrance, grabs a piece of rotted wood and falls on his ass.
I forgot I fudged that one up, kids.
It did not go quite as intended there.
Making quite a lot of sound and alerting the many ghouls inside of your presence. And that is where we stopped last time. So let's, anything important I left out while I go ahead and switch over the map and everything? I don't think so.
I think that covered everything.
So let's see. Hopefully this works. I switch over to map view here for our viewers. Okay, so obviously, as ghouls begin to spew out of the barn, I'm gonna need some initiative from everybody.
Fair enough.
I like that our horses have icons now.
Yes, I've put your horses down here in the corner. I'm assuming that you're not riding them currently.
No, actually,
I
our
would
plan
hope
was to stash them behind the barn. Was originally what we had discussed.
Oh, is it? Okay, then I'm gonna move them.
The goal was
behind the
simply
barn.
to put them in a place where they were out of the way and not going to be attacked as we went into attack.
Okay, I'm moving them to the rear side of the barn. All right, they're like up there.
So we're doing perception.
Yes, perception for initiative. Everyone.
That's a 21 for Greshy.
Natural
God.
1 for me.
Oh, God.
An 8. It's all right. We were at least able to prepare before the doors crashed open.
I
Yes.
did a little bit at least.
So, the initiative order we've got here is Greshy with a 21, Asher with 16, the Ghouls with 14, and Gunn with an 8. Gunn has his sword and shield out. Greshy, I assume you have your staff out?
I have my staff out, yeah.
Asher, you can have one weapon out if you choose, but you also have quick draw, so it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll say I have the crossbow out, but it wouldn't matter either way.
Okay, you're kind of in the process of getting up and dusting yourself off, and you hear the noise of the doors opening. You have just enough time to grab your crossbow. So, top of the round, Greshy, you are up.
Gunn, you are right in the way. Not your fault though.
Zoom in a bit here. And it's currently dim light all around. I don't believe anybody was using their own light sources, so all you've got is the light of the moon, plus what you can see.
Gunn had light cast upon one of his sword, I think.
Did he? Okay.
I
will
had
trust
cast
you on
light
that.
upon his sword.
You did cast light.
It was either your
What's
sword or shield. I'm
the-
pretty sure it was your sword.
What's the range on
I would have
on
said
light?
shield, but
20 foot bright light, and then 20 foot dim after that.
Okay.
And then Greshy can just see in the dark.
Okay, there you go.
Regular
Gun
dark
has
vision.
his light.
All right.
So anything
Um,
within 20 feet of Gun is considered not in dim light. Okay, so Greshy.
Well,
And
I
then
can't do all
Asher.
of that in one turn. All right, so we're going to... We'll send Phelan to do his thing. He will with a bit of a whistle, run over to the right side of the frontmost goblin here and give him a bit of a nip. See if he can do
Oh,
some
no, my sounds
damage.
aren't working.
We're looking at a 25 total on that one.
A 25 will hit the ghoul. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Wouldn't happen to be a crit on that, would it?
That's a good question. Let me get that back up.
Whew. That's a nice damage roll too.
Let's see. 25. No, that is just shy of a crit.
Okay.
But that is a full 16 points of piercing damage.
I
To bite into the ghoul's flesh. It hisses in pain. That ghoul seems to be. All the ghouls look like they were maybe former farmhands. One of them is an older woman, maybe a bit on the sort of thicker side. Two sort of stout-looking men, and the rest are, the other three are various ages of two older men and one younger woman, I guess.
I see.
They all look like, most of them look like farmhands or farm workers.
But they all look pretty dead.
No outright children, child ghouls.
No, none of these are children.
That's reassuring.
Some
I mean,
might be
Is
teenagers or quite young, but nobody under like 16.
Let's see. Well, then we will just go ahead and give a zap to the one that Phelan was biting at and bounce it to the one right next to him,
Okay.
to the left there. And that is going to be a DC 20 reflex save for both of them.
Reflex save. Okay. So the first one gets an 11. It's a failure. And the second one gets a 20-something, so that's a success.
All right, so the first one takes 9 damage, the second one takes 4.
And sorry, which two are these? Is this one?
I was targeting the one that Phelan was
Okay.
targeting as my primary, and then going right to the left of him for the second.
Okay, so the first one, which succeeded, it does not matter that he succeeded because he is dead. He dodges out of the way, but the bolt still strikes across his leg, arcs up his body, and he collapses to the ground, writhing in pain. So that's one ghoul down, 5 remaining. The other doesn't see the arc coming and takes the full brunt of 9 points of fortune damage.
Excellent.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take on this one that's right next to me over here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make them my hunt prey target and shoot my little crossbow. Oops. And maybe not click the damage.
Ooh.
Oh no! For a natural 1 for 12.
Okay, you've got your crossbow drawn. You aim, fire, but you're still kind of staggering from getting up off the ground. The shot goes wide and hits just sort of the stone behind the ghoul. It's your
These
first
natural
action.
ones. That was my second because hunt prey is an action.
Oh, hunt prey. You're sorry. Yes. you-
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna reload as my third.
Okay.
Oops.
I would play my sound effects, but they're not working. That's so.
Well, that's
bizarre.
frustrating.
I can go.
We'll just make our own sound effects.
Oh, well. All right, ghouls time.
Alright, ghouls. Come get some.
Intruders, inform the master, says one in the front. So one of the ones in the back is going to sort of book it past you. 5, 10, 30. Is running towards the farmhouse. And I think he can make it very easily. Runs over to the farmhouse and starts banging on the door. Intruders are here! It screeches. Or hisses,
Suppose
I
we'll
guess.
find out who this monster is.
The other ghouls make to surround you all.
Whoop.
So 3 surround Gunn, and 1 goes for Asher. The one that Asher is targeted. So the one that Asher is targeted will attack first. So it's one action to move, second action to attack with its claws. Ooh, that's pretty good. That is a 28 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. What's your AC?
My AC is 21.
Okay, so it's not a critical. Cool.
Not
So-
So that
As a matter of rules,
Yep.
can they do that where they each move and then each attack so that they both? Because that way,
No, they won't. I'll make sure only to give one of those flanking.
okay.
Yes.
Just curious.
Yeah. Sorry. As per rules, they each go one at a time. But I tend to, when I'm doing a bunch of enemies in a block, I tend to move them all and
That's fine.
have them attack.
That's totally fine.
But yeah, I'll make sure to keep track of the order. But yes, good point. Sorry. His damage on his slash is this. It is a 3 points of slashing damage to you, Asher, and I need a Fortitude save.
Oh dear. This is gonna be fun.
The 24.
Oh, that's not
24.
bad.
Okay, you feel your muscles start to seize up in your arm where he got you with his claw, but you managed to push back on the effect, and he's going to, while you're sort of reacting to that, he's going to try and lash out at you with his jaw and get a bite onto your neck. That is much worse. That's a 12 to hit. So that won't
No.
hit. So it just lashes out at you with its teeth, and you manage to dodge out of the way. The other three are going to attack Gunn. So the first one on the right moves in and will attack. So first action was move, second action is attack. That looks pretty good. That's 27 to hit, Gunn.
That does hit.
Okay.
I'm at 24 AC right now.
And likewise, he'll do a slash. So that's 4 points of slashing damage, and I need a Fortitude save.
But I can use my shield to block, right?
Yes, you
I
can.
use my reflex. Shield has a hardness of 8, so that should cover it.
Okay. Yeah, you did have your shield raised, so you can use your reaction to shield block. And since you've reduced the
would do
damage to 0, you don't have to make a Fortitude save. So he almost hits, and you manage to pull up the shield in time to block the claw strike. It just kind of scrapes against the metal of your shield. It will go for a third action to try and bite you as well. That is 18 to hit your AC.
Not.
Okay, so
I got
it
24.
tries to bite at you, but you've still got it kind of pressed back with your shield. A second one is going to move in from behind you. It's this one here on the left. And this one gets a flanking bonus on you. So it moves in. It's going to try and claw at you first. That's pretty bad. That's a 12. 12 to hit. It's not going to hit. Second attack is a natural 1 on the bite. So it tries to claw at you and then bites you. But you're managing to sort of hold him off with your sword while you hold the other off with your shield. And the third is going to try and get you while you're distracted with both of them. This is the older looking woman ghoul, and that is a 27 to hit on her claw attack.
That does hit.
Okay. That is 3 points of slashing damage, and I need a Fortitude save from that. As while you're kind of holding these two off, she manages to get in between your armor and dig in her long talons.
Damn. 19.
19 is a success. You feel the muscles in your neck start to tighten, but you just resist. She's going to try and go for a bite now. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's really good. What's that? 24 to hit.
24 is my AC.
Exactly. Okay. So that will hit. So she manages to get a bite in. And that is 3 points of piercing damage. And I need another Fortitude save from you.
15.
15 is a success. And your fortitude modifier. Okay. All right. So you managed to resist that effect as well. All right, Gunn, your turn. You're surrounded by 3 ghouls.
All right. I have a thought here, which is there's a demoralize action. I can potentially get one of these things frightened. Right?
Yes.
I'm going to the one that's hit me twice. Is that the one to my left or to my right?
Straight in front of you, I think.
Is the one right in front of you.
Oh, I thought that one had flanking.
No, the one with flanking didn't actually hit you at all.
Okay.
He was the one who
Well,
got the 12.
the one right in front of me, I'll say, oh, you better go fetch your master too. You're going to need more than just you to take us down. Run! And I'll stare him down. With,
Okay.
so what, I believe it's a diplomacy? Or no,
let's
it's
see,
intimidation.
demoralize is one
Intimidation skill.
action.
Intimidation, the skill, 27.
27. This is against their will DC. They can understand you, and their will DC is, it's like 15, so that is a success.
The critical
That is a
success.
critical success, actually.
So it is frightened 2.
Okay. She kind of trembles a bit and stumbles back a step.
And I'm going to...
So frightened
think I'm gonna-
reduces their, I believe, almost everything by 2.
I think I'm going to keep my shield up.
Yep, all 8
And make an attack.
CBCs attacks. Yep. Okay.
I think I'm going to keep my shield up and make an attack against this one that's on my right.
Okay, so raise shield again as your second action, and strike as your third.
Which, or I need to roll this thing. Oh, natural 1. Oh well.
Okay.
A 12. But
Natural 1. You miss. You swing at the ghoul on your right, but it manages to duck out of the way. Top of round 2. Greshy.
All right. Well, Phelan's going to keep dogging them, as it were. And we'll have him try and prevent some of this flanking going on by flanking one of the flanking ghoulies.
flanking.
Create a
Double flank.
chain.
Everyone's flanking.
And that is a 25 to hit this ghoulie there.
25 will hit. That's not a crit though.
27.
Not a crit with the
Oh,
flanking.
with flanking. Yes, sorry. With flanking, that's a 27. That will hit. Sorry, that is
All right.
critical. Yes.
Then we will have Phelan roll double damage on that. That's 30
Wow.
total damage.
Yeah, Phelan slips in behind the ghoul, grabs at its leg, and just rips it clean off. The ghoul tumbles to the ground, bleeding out and legless.
All right. Well, he doesn't need that leg anyway.
Master!
Legolas just showed up.
I'm just gonna let that go and go ahead and charge up some more electrical energy and start working on the ones still kind of surrounding Gunn. So we'll target the one to his left and then go for the one that's frightened after him with the second jump.
Okay.
So another DC 20 reflex save.
Okay, natural 1 from the one on the left, so they take double damage as they crit fail.
All right.
And the second one has, what, an 11 on the dice, -2 for 9.
Which is also a
that's
crit
their
fail.
Result.
Plus
which
whatever their number is.
Yeah, which is another 9. So they got an 18 total, which is a failure.
So, okay, so then the first one takes 16 damage and the second one takes 8 damage.
Okay. So you zap the 2 of them. They both look hurt pretty bad. Asher.
Well,
Try not to get
I'm
bitten.
fumbling around. I'm going to attempt to shoot again,
Okay.
though I'm
Point blank
very
shot.
spooky. Trying, but it's right there. Let's see how I do. A 29.
29 is a critical hit.
That feels a little better than what was happening before. Let's
So
see.
you raise the crossbow to his head and pull the trigger.
All right, so we have +2 to damage just now.
I'm lucky
Is it a
y'all are
+4 or is it
confident
just a
backing
+2 from the crossbow?
like
All
you.
the damage is just doubled overall.
Okay. So let's see. 10 plus 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
The 27 damage.
Wait. Yeah, 27. Sorry, I'm
27,
doing
yep.
the math weird. 27.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, you raise the crossbow to this ghoul's head. Do you want to say something cool?
Ah!
Got
Ash is
this.
upset. He's very scared. He just fell at his butt. He missed his shot. He's just gonna go. Shoot.
Okay, so he's just kind of quavering. It releases the bolt right into this ghoul's forehead. The ghoul tumbles backwards and dies.
Thank goodness. Oh, I still have more stuff I can do.
Yeah, that was your first
Nice.
action.
Okay.
That was just the first one.
Well, hooray for me. I'm gonna reload
Okay.
my crossbow again. Chuk, chuk, chuk.
Chick, 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 chick,
That's the
chick.
sound. And I'm gonna attempt to shoot the one that's to Gunn's left. See if I can.
Okay. That is the
Second
weaker of the
shot.
two.
And it's a 12.
12 will not hit. You fire. That's kind of a
Oh,
laser
no.
beam sound, I guess, but the shot goes off into the distance.
All right, and that is it for me.
Okay.
Still a pretty good round.
Sorry, did you move your
Yeah.
hunt prey? Oh no, you reloaded in the shot. Got it.
No, yeah. So I haven't
Okay.
haven't done that yet.
Okay. The ghoul's turn. So you all hear the sounds of a door swinging wide open as the farmhouse door opens and more ghouls stream out.
This might be the time to use that AoE.
I've been sitting on it for a reason. It's. I'm thinking what you're thinking. I'm right there with you.
Okay.
I've also got other ideas for.
We already used the scroll of fireball, so
But I have other scrolls.
yeah.
All right,
and
so
including-
one ghoul runs up right next to Greshy. Another ghoul also kind of gets diagonally adjacent to him. A third ghoul can't quite get behind him.
And they cover so much.
They're using multiple actions.
Running
Yeah, they're
with the
using
little
all their
ghoul
actions
blades.
to run as far as they can. Yeah, right there. Okay. They're booking it.
How are you now? Coming to say hi, are you?
And the last one can use all three of his actions to get in. So they're all swarming in after you. As a Ghast casually steps out of the farmhouse. It's
just
a
casually.
bigger, bulkier looking humanoid. He's got like a big pot belly, massive suspenders that are kind of unable to bear the weight much longer. But his skin is tinged a hideous blue, and his tongue is like snaking around in the cool night air.
Oh, does he not want to come over and say hello as well?
He's snarling from the back, but he hasn't
All
come
right,
over.
fair enough.
The rest of the ghouls, I think there's just 2 ghouls left that haven't done anything. The frightened one is going to attack Gunn.
Starring of it.
It doesn't matter what you say. I must kill you for the Master's sake. I must have the Master's love.
That is plus that, minus 2. There's a 25 to hit.
Yep,
on
that
the-
hits.
Okay, so that's a slashy. She hits you for 2 points of slashing damage, and I'll need a fort save.
I think I will shield block again.
Okay, so you whip around, use your reaction to block that damage, so you don't take any of the slash. The next attack is a 15. And she's gonna go for a bite as well. That's an 18 on the last one.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Other than that,
Well,
field block being used up.
And there's one more ghoul beside you. He'll also, just burn 3 actions trying to do something to you. First attack is a 15 to hit. Second attack is worse. And third attack was a 17.
Whew, okay.
Okay. Tries to slash and bite at you, but all the ghouls surrounding you aren't quite enough to fully take your attention off of your defense, your stalwart defense. Gunn, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to attack the one that has jumped in between me and Greshy with sword swing with a natural.
oh, there you go.
There we go.
That's what we
Okay.
want to see.
Natural ones and natural 20s. That's all we roll in roll 20. Everything is either a 1 or a 20. I can do that. Let's see. Damage is
I
well,
don't have
it's
good emotes.
20 points from just the first roll, we then
that is
double
enough
that?
to kill this creature.
and then we also add 2d6 of good damage.
Okay,
think it's dead.
you slice this creature in twain. Your blade's a holy radiance, searing it, and immediately cauterizing the wounds as it cuts through.
Okay.
So it just kind of falls into 2 pieces on the ground that are kind of singeing, or smoking, smoldering. There we go.
I'm gonna lay my second attack on the one that's on my west side.
Okay.
Which would be a natural 1.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness, you were
but-
right.
You did.
Okay.
You did call it.
Yeah, you try to
And-
swing back at it, then it just ducks under the.
It's okay. That means my next hit should be a natural 20, but I can't in good conscience spend my action doing that. I need to raise shield.
Okay,
fair.
you raise your shield again,
Pent up.
Next round. Next round.
taking up that total defense. I appreciate the 20s and the 1s in the chat. Greshy.
All right. Greshy just starts to charge some green mystical vibrant energy in his hands, and as he does, it starts to grow and grow until he throws his hands out and it bursts from him in a 30-foot emanation, and all creatures will be healed or take damage
Oh,
for that's terrible rolls, but 9 points of either healing for our good friends here, and everyone is in range, or damage if they fail a DC 20 fortitude save.
okay. So I have to roll some fort saves. Let's go.
Aye.
Should I use my D20 calc? Maybe that'll be faster. Let's do that. D20 calc.
Make sure you heal up there, Asher.
So fortitude
Yeah.
is that. Okay.
Get back up to full.
I
Let's
almost
do this.
forgot.
And frightened only. The frightened one only was frightened for one.
It was-
Oh, sorry. It
it's
should go down to
two-
frightened 1. It goes
Aye.
down once every
Should be
turn.
the right one. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So its roll is just
It's negative
reduced by 1. Okay. So we'll start with that one. That one got a 9.
So,
That is a crit fail.
aye. So it takes 18 damage.
18 points of damage. It disintegrates. The next one, to the left of Gunn, rolls a 7. It also disintegrates. The ones right around Greshy. So we'll start with the one immediately to his right. That's a 15. That's a failure.
Aye.
So it still takes the 9 points. The next one to its right got a 19. That's still a failure. Takes 9 points. Next one has a 15. Also failure. Takes 9 points. And the last one to the south is 18. Also
Still a
takes 9
failure.
points. Okay.
Excellent.
So two
Oh,
of the
play it.
two of the ghouls immediately just disintegrate in holy radiance. The other ghouls all try to. It hurts.
And
shield themselves, but that doesn't
and
help.
Phelan, seeing the situation and being a smart dog, and also being able to do this now, takes the one action he gets per turn to run past Gunn and down to kind of slide into position just in front of Greshy there, to his south, to prevent Greshy from being entirely surrounded. Stands there and guards like a good dog.
All right, it is the Ghast's turn.
You fools, the master will not be pleased.
And he's going to, let's see,
Wait, you're not the master?
he's going to run across the field to try and get closer.
That's a 9.
Running.
Okay, he gets up to around here. As he approaches you, Gunn, a overpowering stench fills your lungs. How do these work? We haven't done one of these yet. Sorry, I've lost it. There it is. Lost abilities. There it is. I need a fortitude save from you, Gunn.
Okay. So, I just noticed something that is probably something I've messed up before, which is that this ability I have that's supposed to let me add 2 to a save is only against spells.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been doing that?
So-
Adding 2 to a save?
I think I did it like 1 or 2 times.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. We'll deal.
I've rolled an 18, which gives me a 28.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
That is a critical success. You are unaffected by the horrifying stench of this creature as it approaches.
Turns out Gunn has anosmia and hasn't even noticed the stench.
He's got a
So
bit of
cannon now.
powerful.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that's
neat.
more limited than I thought, so I might ask to retroactively.
Alright.
Sure.
Oops.
Well, you could retrain it
Well,
later.
this guy's gonna run
Bring
over.
it.
Can I should still. If I shoot at the big Ghast, is there any kind of cover I have to worry about if I do that?
No, you can. I think you can pick a corner of your square and a corner of its square, so it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, and
So
even
I'm
the
gonna-
middle
oh.
corner to corner is fine. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I'm gonna hunt prey that as my first action, the Ghast.
Okay.
He looks scary. I'm gonna reload. It's my second and fire as my third. Let's see what happens. So I'll quickly load. And a 20 for shooting.
Okay. You try and track his movements, lock on, and fire. And 20 will hit his AC.
Oh, excellent.
Let's go and roll damage.
Alright, so we have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for damage. Oops,
Okay.
because I dropped my pen.
Your shot goes right into the Ghast's chest. He kind of stumbles. The ghoul's
And that is it?
turns. Let's see how many ghouls we got. We have 4 ghouls remaining.
4 left.
Aye.
Let's go ahead and move those to the top so I don't lose them.
Are they going to do Thriller for us?
Yeah. They all sort of outstretch their arms and begin dancing. All right, well, one is going to start by slipping around behind Greshy and attacking. Now they've seen that you're the source of evil, holy light.
Dare.
So it shall move and then strike. That is a 25 on the first attack.
That'll hit. Not to
Okay.
crit.
I will make my my reaction for this round to use Weight of Guilt.
And it gets to choose to
Or-
do the attack and be enfeebled, or
Reduce the damage and
Or to just not take the attack.
be enfeebled and reduce the damage or not.
okay, you shout at it, and it kind of recoils and it seems to hesitate a bit. You see just like that momentary flash of humanity in its eyes, as if it doesn't really want to be doing this. But it shakes that off and then goes in for a second attack. That one is worse. That is a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
That will still hit.
It's exactly my AC.
All right, so there's a slash, 3 points of slashing damage.
All right. And fortitude?
Yes, and a fortitude save.
I figured. And that would be this button here. Ooh, that's a terrible roll. That is a 12 total.
Okay, so you feel your muscles begin to seize up and you are paralyzed. Paralyzed is you are considered flat-footed and you cannot take any actions except to recall knowledge and anything else that requires only your mind.
All right.
So all of your muscles just seize up. You can't even talk.
That's unfortunate.
The ghoul in front of you is going to also attack. Let's start with a bite. 23 to hit. 25.
That does hit.
guess. Okay.
Still hits. No, it doesn't hit at 25.
That is there we go. 3 points of piercing damage, and I need another fortitude save.
Another fart. All right.
Yes.
That's a little better. It's a 20 total.
Okay. Second attack. That is really bad. That is a 9.
No.
Third
Critical
attack
failure.
is worse than that. That's 8.
All right.
Okay. They've got you under control, so these other ghouls are going to... One is going to move over here to attack Gunn. That is 23 to hit Gunn with a slash.
Does not hit because
Does
I
not
kept
hit,
my
right.
shield up.
There you go. Smart
Second
move.
attack. It's actually pretty good. 24. Still not.
That hits.
Oh, it does hit?
Yeah, 24 is my AC.
Ah, okay, sorry. All right, well, there's the slash at 2 points of slashing damage and a fortitude save.
Yep.
While
Let's
this
see
other
here.
one kind of slips around to attack Phelan.
Oh. All right. Gonna be like that then.
Fort save is 24.
Okay, you resist the paralysis. Phelan, 21 to defend.
That's exactly his AC.
Okay. It
They are just
claws at
slipping
Phelan.
right in there.
Yep, 3 points of slashing damage and a fortitude
Alright.
save.
And a fortitude save for him is a 30 total.
Okay, he is fine. Second attack is a 20.
Does not hit.
With a bite. So he tries to lunge in to get his jaws around Phelan's neck, but Phelan squirms away. Gun.
Man bites dog.
Man bites
All
dog.
right. I'm going to attack the one that's right next to me.
Okay.
Cut down on the number of fort saves we have to make in a round. That's a 28 to hit.
Very nice.
28 is a critical. Roll damage.
Okay. I've got
It's already way more than his health.
Oh my god. Double 8s on the dice.
E.
plus 2d6.
Just roll it. Let's see what you get.
Another 8.
Very nice.
24, 34, 42.
Okay.
The sun's not out, but the guns are out.
You tear through this ghoul, and it just collapses on the ground in tatters. It's your first action.
All right. I'm going to parlay that into an intimidating glare at the Ghast, which is right behind.
So, for demoralize, it does have to be auditory, unless, or did you take that feat?
I have the intimidating glare,
Nice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
so I can ignore the penalty for flavor's sake,
I like it. Just making sure.
and that will be a 14.
The 14. This ghoul is not shaken by your threats.
All right.
Snarls.
Shields up, and just kind of hold there for now.
Okay, you turn your attention towards the Ghast. Greshy, you
All
are
right.
paralyzed.
I am paralyzed, but I can take mental actions, which means, with my ranger abilities, I would like to also hunt prey on the ghoul. Or Ghast,
Okay.
excuse me. The Ghast.
All right, your
I don't-
eyes turn and like you focus on the Ghast, watching its movements.
I stare
Right.
very intensely at him. I'd also like to recall knowledge on him if I can.
Sure.
Is that a religion check?
Yes, that would be a religion check for this kind of creature.
All right. Let's see if I can find out anything about him or about these kind of creatures, Ghasts. 21 total.
21. Let's see what kind of DC that's supposed to be. Yep, that would be a success. What you looking for? Ask me a thing.
Let's see. Are they immune to any conditions that I would know about?
They are immune to death effects, disease, paralysis, poison, and unconscious.
Okay. Nothing we would have done anyway, but good to know just in case. All right. Not that I cannot communicate that to any of you, but I now know that, and that's what's important here. Can I spend my third action to also recall more knowledge, or?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't recall.
If not, I can just skip my third action for this turn, since there's not much else I can do since I can't move.
Let me
Can you
look real quick.
Guide
I-
Phelan with like your eyes.
So I cannot, as far as I'm aware.
No.
I believe that still is an action, but he does get a free action per turn. At level 4,
so
he
you could-
gains the ability to act on his own once with one action if I do not direct him. So he will still be taking a bite. I just wanted to see if I could do something while I'm stuck.
Let's see. Might allow you to do it for other skills. Yeah, sure. I'd allow you to recall knowledge again.
Might as well
If
try.
you failed, I think I would say you can't try again for another day.
That's fair.
You
That's
did
fair.
succeed.
So we'll go ahead and do another religion check here. That's a 28 this time.
Okay, that is a critical success. You can give me. You can
Okay.
ask 2 questions.
Okay. Sorry. You can tell how often I recall knowledge in games because I have no idea what I can actually ask for. Sorry, I'm going to try and find real quick what I can actually ask for. That is recall knowledge. Here we are. I can ask for.
You can ask for like AC abilities, immunities, weaknesses.
I would ask for if it has any special. What kind of diseases it can inflict, or diseases or conditions it can inflict on an attack.
Okay, sure. It can inflict paralysis with claw strikes and with bites. With bites, it can also inflict Ghast fever, which is a stronger version of ghoul fever.
Of ghoul fever. All right, so that's something we need to be watching out for. The other thing would be I'll just go ahead and ask for his AC. Seems like a solid thing to know.
Yeah, AC is 18.
18. All right.
Okay.
It's not too bad. All right,
All
so
right.
that is my third action. Phelan does go ahead and take his bite at the one here to the south,
Okay.
who's decided to get up all in his grill. So that's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Southern
damage.
All right, we'll take it.
All right, he snaps. at
It's
the-
11.
That is exactly how much health that one had left. Phelan leaps up, bites at his chest, and rips the flesh from his bones. The
Good
gas
boy,
falls
Phelan.
to the ground, and Phelan's just shaking the organs around in his maw. The gas turn.
The master will see that you are dead. I will not displease the master.
It says as it moves up around Gunn. And it's going to, it's going to go ahead and go with a claw attack to start with. Oh, actually, no, that doesn't make sense. It'll do a jaw attack first. That is a 23 to hit.
Does not hit because
Okay.
of shield.
Now we'll do
Prey
a claw
shield.
attacks. That is worse. That is a 16 to hit. As he tries to maneuver around you and get in close. Asher.
Hooray for me. Okay. Do I... Never mind. I ignore that question I was gonna
Sure.
ask. Okay. I'm gonna start by reloading.
Okay.
What do I do? This will be my boring turn where I hope something hits because I'm gonna try and shoot the
Hey,
gas.
go first.
Okay.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
I'm praying
A
for-
25.
25 will hit.
Yay.
Roll
That Ghast is double hunt preyed at this point.
12 plus 7 plus 2, so 14,
Uh,
21 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Double sixes on
you
that,
get
nice.
another good shot, this time in its neck. It reaches up with one hand to try and pull the bolt out, and blood just sort of oozes from its wound. It looks pretty badly hurt.
All right, and I'm gonna just reload again at the end
Okay,
of my turn.
you reload your crossbow. 2 ghouls remain, and they're both surrounding Greshy, so they're both going to take their attacks. Ghoul 1. on
Out
the
of
left.
curiosity,
Greshy is
Yeah.
paralyzed, so
I was
does
I was gonna ask about that. Do I remain paralyzed? Is there a save on that, or do I just stay this
Oh,
way for a
sorry.
while?
Yes, you get to do a save at the end of each of your turn.
Okay, so fortitude.
Yes, fortitude save.
Sure, let's give it a shot. It's a 15.
That's a success. You're no longer
Oh.
paralyzed.
All right, I'm still flat-footed because they're flanking me, but
Yes. Thank you. Sorry, I meant to say that, but I thought about it at the beginning of your turn, not the end.
no worries.
Cool.
Thank you, Gunn.
18 to 20 on the first attack.
20 does not hit.
Okay.
Wait,
second
sorry,
attack.
20 does. Sorry, 20 does
20
hit.
does,
I was looking at Phelan's AC minus 20.
Okay, it does another slash. This is 5 points of slashing damage plus a fortitude save.
All right, let's do the fort save. Since I got this up. That's a natural 1 for a total of 11, so it's a critical failure.
Okay. I mean, you're just paralyzed. It doesn't have any critical failure
All right.
result.
I'm okay with this. I'm just letting everyone know.
So you finally get to move around again. You
Oh, no.
start to turn, and it slashes your arm. You feel your muscles seize up again.
No.
And it's going to try for a bite now. That's
Poor
pretty
Greshy.
good. That is a 26 on its bite.
That does hit. Not a crit.
Okay. That is 7 points of piercing damage
Oof.
from the chunky, meaty bite. And what is your fortitude modifier? 10? Okay.
Oh, if you're gonna roll it, sorry. Ignore that one then.
No, I was going to ask you to roll, and then I was going to roll a separate one.
Oh, okay. So I rolled a 13 on that one.
Okay. I mean, you're still paralyzed, I guess.
Yeah, I'm double paralyzed now.
Okay. The one behind you is also going to strike. That is a lot. That will hit.
Is it
for
more
a
than
good
30?
slash.
Or is it
that's
30 or more?
right. Plus that. No, it is just shy. It's like a 28.
Okay.
Okay.
Not that I want to be crit, but now we actually
Correct.
have to do math.
I'm used to other systems where I don't have to care, but I do. That
Numbers are
is
important.
on the second attack, which is going to be a bite. That is a 16,
Nope.
and then the
Not
third
on that one.
attack is worse. So it just gets the one
Okay.
bite. And I've lost my D4.
So another fortitude save for that one. Not that it probably matters. That's a 27 on that fart save.
Okay, you take 2 points of slashing damage,
Oh,
or
2.
piercing damage. Slashing?
All right.
Yes.
I'll take 2 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Gun.
I think it's time for me to go after this Ghast with everything I've got.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Ghast murder.
I'm going to try and hit his neck from the opposite side so we can take his head
Double
clean off.
neck 'em. I put a little hole in there.
Aim
I
for the
got a
hole.
19 on the dice,
Nice.
so 30 total.
Which should crit.
The 30 is a crit, yeah.
Oh
One roll
my
critical.
god, Gun.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he's dead. You just
36.
fucking murdered him.
Plus 5 is 41. And a persistent good damage.
Okay, well, yeah, you sword right through the chest.
No,
it
neck.
stammers.
I called neck.
Oh, you called
He
neck.
called
You're
neck.
right. Yeah,
He
you
did
called
call neck.
Okay, so yeah, just one clean swing right through his neck. The head rolls onto the ground. The body kind of staggers, trying to claw at you. Just kind of feebly rests up against your body and kind of scrapes your armor as it slowly falls to the ground. The Ghast is no more,
We did it.
and the stench begins to wane.
Okay.
All right, that's action 1.
Yeah, that's action 1. Let's move over next to Greshy and attack this ghoul.
Okay, you try to attack one of the 2 ghouls surrounding him.
With a 16 to hit.
16 will hit. Roll damage.
Hey, a regular amount of damage.
No fancy damage on this one.
Okay.
Hold on, it's 14 plus 6 is 20.
20. Okay. Carrying over your momentum, you sidestep and just do a full arcing swing, slashing this creature across its side. It kind of twists and falls to the ground, dead. Again, re-dead. Dead to
3 dead.
awakening.
I never want to fight Gunn. That's what I've decided
Dead
today.
alive. That's a smart
Never
move.
gonna do it. Friends
All
with
right.
Gunn only.
I'm gonna go ahead and have Phelan take his action first, just to see if we can wrap this up real quick.
Okay.
That is a 20 total to hit.
20 will hit.
All right, and the damage is 17 piercing damage.
And that will finish it. Phelan leaps out at this last ghoul, bites his neck, rips it clean off, and the creature collapses to the ground in a pool of its own blood.
Yay.
It's not so much you need to try to not fight Gunn, just don't trick him into murdering civilians accidentally, you know.
It does seem to piss him off
Taking
a
it
bit.
out. It's a good use of his anger.
Okay.
Is it
and that
26
is-
enough to stop being paralyzed?
Yes.
Okay.
Gotta say that was a little bit cathartic.
Bit of carnage we've done here.
It's called
doing all right,
a
Asher?
little bit better place.
I'm fine.
All right.
I feel much better now after most things.
So what was this? What was this shite he was talking about? There's a different master. He wasn't it?
He was not the master.
Oh,
He might have been their master, but he's not the lord, apparently.
The
Hmm.
stronger boss.
We should probably check the house, or maybe we should check
Oh,
the barn
yeah,
and
the
make sure it's
barn.
empty first.
Yeah, we should check both.
All right.
Peek in the barn.
I'll send Phelan up to back up Asher as Asher checks out the barn.
Me and the barn have good luck together.
Yeah,
I'll
you've
get
got a
later.
relationship.
Got the light.
Me and the barn are close.
Yeah, Gunn
And-
currently has the light.
Oh yes, that would help me considerably.
That's fair. Greshy's going to check the nails on the gas to see how manicured they are.
Oh,
as was
yeah.
suggested.
They are.
How long they
Uh,
are.
Yeah, I mean, all of these ghouls have quite long nails, including the Ghast.
All right.
Any of them could be manicured enough to be the villain that you're looking for. So I guess Asher and Gunn are going inside the building. Though the
To the
doors look
barn.
closed on the map, they've been opened by the ghouls.
Oh.
So you can feel free to slip into the barn. The barn itself is filled with sacks
Oh
of
my goodness.
grain, bales of hay, various baskets of vegetables, and as you
Pools
round the
of blood.
corner, as you round the corner,
Cherries.
you see
Usual
pools of
barn
blood,
stuff.
lots of raw meat and flesh, a couple of human bodies strewn around in pieces. Looks like quite the feast was going on in here.
Hmm. Well, this is delightful. You said there wasn't going to be a Thanksgiving in this episode.
Surprise
ruined it.
Thanksgiving episode.
I was lied to, and yet here's a feast.
We just ruined
Look at all the cranberry sauce up there, and
There's all
Oh.
sorts of vegetables. Look at that.
Yeah.
Are these
Some
vegetables?
cornucopias. Yeah, they're vegetables over there.
Yeah, look, vegetables here. We're
Horns
ready.
aplenty. Giblets.
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 I don't know. Is it giblets or giblets?
I thought it was giblets.
I
I thought it was
Yeah.
giblets. So I don't know.
Gibble.
Is it
I
giblets?
think it
Gibble, gibble,
depends on
gobble.
whether you're talking about the kind you eat.
Oh, perhaps.
Well, it's Studio Ghibli, I think, so I'm going to go with
Yeah.
giblets.
Yeah, but that's spelled differently.
Well, I don't think they
Also,
named
I'm pretty
it
certain-
Obviously related.
I'm pretty confident that Studio Ghibli did not name themselves after giblets. Or giblets.
Giblets.
Could be wrong
Now I
about
don't
that,
know. The
actually.
more I
No.
say it, the more I don't know.
All right,
That's
back to the episode.
But that would be a good name for the fans to call themselves, though.
Giblets.
Yeah.
So are all these
Um,
are all these giblets
let's
human?
do a.
Yes, they appear to be primarily human. Some might be some seem to be livestock actually.
Oh, okay.
Shall we roll to search the room?
Yes. That's
Um,
probably a good idea.
Yeah, perception checks, please.
Greshy and Phelan are watching the door.
Nat 20 for 27.
Jeez,
I
nice.
am.
Oh, a nat 20
Oh my
for 29.
God. Let's see if we can make it a triplet. And that's a 6 for a total of 18.
Oh no.
Well, Greshy's just watching the door. You guys are doing the investigating.
Okay, so you guys do a pretty thorough sweep of the place, examining the corpses that are strewn about here. Definitely the ghouls were feasting away on most of these are actually bodies of various livestock. It looks like there's maybe about 3 human corpses mixed in here, but they all seem to be various farmhands probably, or visitors to the farm, or some they look like commoners, or field hands or something along those lines. All of that looks like it's fairly fresh and recent, like within the last day or two. The flesh hasn't gotten quite that. The blood seems to be still pretty fresh. The other objects in the room seem to have just been there since before that. The various bales of hay. The ghouls obviously weren't doing anything with the hay, but you check all of the items and barrels and look pretty thoroughly through everything, but you don't find anything of immediate interest to your inquiries, or anything that looks like it'd be shiny or useful.
Maybe
Unless you
that's
wanted
in
like
the
a field
house.
tool,
Ooh, what kind of field tools?
like hoes and
Hoe?
rakes and pitchforks and stuff.
You never know when you need a rake.
Aye, but would you be stealing somebody else's rake?
Oh no,
don't
I'm
know
not
that
gonna steal the
ghouls
rake. You
might
just
need
never
that.
know.
Rake.
Borrow the rake.
All right, I'm cool
Oh.
then.
Yeah, seems to be everything that's in here.
Okay. Well, I suppose the house is the next thing to check.
I'm not sure we can do much right now for the victims, but the right thing to do at this point is probably going to be to haul all the ghouls inside and burn the thing down before we're done.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, there's nothing around the barn that's flammable.
You know, besides the bales of hay.
The barn itself is, like I said, it's sort of built inside of this kind of like ruins of a statue head.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the structure is actually built out of stone. The internals are mostly wood, I guess. It's a mixture of wood and stone. Probably won't burn too well. The farmhouse, on the other hand, is quite made of wood. Looks like
Perhaps we could just drag them to the center of this intersection here, and then using the bales of hay, use that for kindling. See if
There's
we can ignite them that way.
so much gore and stuff in the barn that Anyway,
Stack the hay in
I'm,
there.
I'm not
too.
talking about doing that right now.
Sure.
Shall we go to the farmhouse?
Yeah, let's make our way over there.
Okay. You all make your way over to the farmhouse, just slightly to the south. Oh, and my lighting has messed up, so let me move my little moon symbols around.
Oh,
There we go.
it's the moon.
It's so bright.
I'm using the moon to... It's like, it's got a blue aura. This is making
I see.
Nighttimey.
I see. All right. I think Greshy and Phelan will continue to keep watch if you folks would like to check it out
Okay.
inside.
Gunn is by far the strongest.
I mean, I'm happy to go inside as well if you want. I just
I will follow. Here I
still don't want to be caught from behind.
Oh, I totally forgot to put something here. Whoops.
Should we back out?
No, I'm just gonna drop it in.
It just appears out of nowhere.
A slime monster.
Cranberries.
No,
More
there's
cranberry sauce.
Yeah, more cranberry sauce.
Where's my little tokens?
Delicious.
What was villager? So as you step into the farmhouse, whose door is ajar, it's completely dark inside. You can see there's a fireplace to your right and some candelabras around the room that are currently not lit, even if the art looks like they are. You can make out a set of table and chairs across the way from the kitchen, and seated in one of the chairs is a dead human.
How dead and how human?
He
question.
looks quite human, and quite dead. But no...
Recently dead? Chewed up? Carved into symbols?
He looks like he's been partially eaten. So yes, pretty thoroughly dead.
Okay.
Not enough of him left to turn into a ghast, you don't think?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like an older man, maybe in his or late 50s, maybe.
Well, that's probably the farm. I thought the farmer was the guy with overalls, but maybe he's the owner of the farm.
Perhaps. He didn't say. He just kind of rode off. He was in a bit of a hurry.
Mr. Grump.
Well, he didn't give us his name, even if it was tagged.
Oh, that's true.
But what's the name of the farm again?
The Hambley farm.
Hambley Farm.
He did say Hambley as where it was. So we can assume either he's Mr. Hamley or this guy's Mr.
Farmer
Hamley.
Hambley. And there's some rooms off to the sides here.
Yeah, it looks like there's 2 doors to the east and 1 door to the west.
Ugh, sorry. Let's start taking a look. Asher, I guess you want to open this one?
Yeah, I got this. Oh, question mark.
Just the
Oops,
body.
I just...
And while they're looking around, do I see any sign of those scarecrows coming to life from where I'm at?
No, you don't see any scarecrows moving.
Okay. That's mostly what I'm concerned about, if they were brought to attention by our ruckus, as it were.
Okay. Asher, you open up the first door on your left to reveal what looks like a small bedroom. Looks like maybe one person might have lived here. There's a small chest of drawers that's partially open with some clothes strewn out on the floor. There's a pitchfork in the corner.
There's nothing of like crazy note.
Who keeps
No.
a pitchfork in the room?
The bed is unkept, I guess.
unmade.
Unmade. There we go. That's the word.
Looked like it was just like someone lived here or someone left in a hurry.
Yeah, it looks more or less like somebody lived here and maybe isn't super neat.
Okay.
How big are the clothes? Are they like the big guy's size? Because he was extra large, right?
Right. They are not his size.
Okay.
You figure these are probably a bit smaller than Asher.
Okay. More evidence that this is Farmer Hambly at the table.
Doors?
Although this might not be the master bedroom. I'll
This is a tiny little bedroom.
yeah, I'll check the one on this side.
Yeah.
That might be
Okay. You move to the opposite side and open that door and reveal a much larger, it looks like a kind of a master bedroom. There's a large closet, like a freestanding armoire, I guess, on the north side of the room, and there's a bed to the south. A large bed, looks big enough for 2 people.
or one very large man.
Sure. But it's got two sets of pillows on it.
Well, sure. Okay, one for each.
But it's like a queen size bed.
Yeah. I'm serious. I want to confirm this. I want to check in the armoire and see if this is extra large clothes.
Okay. You open the armoire. Inside are 2 distinct sets of clothing. One very sort of standard masculine farmer wear, jeans and light colored shirts that all look like they've seen a lot of wear and tear. The other set are probably a woman's clothes, an older woman. Simple dresses, a couple of nicer, fancier dresses, but maybe only 1 or 2 of those. Most of them are just kind of standard outdoor wear.
Does this seem like the Ghast and one of the ghouls that we defeated would be the people from here? Like, are the man's clothes extra big and the woman's are
the man's clothes are fairly normal sized. The woman's clothes are a bit larger. Might fit with that the female ghoul outside. Seems like her style.
Does becoming a Ghast make you extra large?
No, not normally. He was probably fairly big already.
Okay. Then, I don't know. Maybe he came from somewhere else. I will go around here and is this a valuables chest?
As you check around the other side of the bed, you see a footlocker at the bedside. You approach and try to open it, but it seems to be locked.
I'll intimidate it. I mean,
you glare at it. The lock shows no sign of budging.
We can do what in the absence of, well, let's ask Greshy if he wants to have a go. I'll run back to the entrance or walk back to the entrance.
Suppose you could just yell.
And kind of shout from it when I get close enough. I don't want to attract any more
Of the ghoulies,
of
because
the ghoulies if they're still
fair.
around, or wake up any of the ones that are on.
all right,
What's that side still?
stay right here, Phelan. Keep an eye out.
Got something for you to check out.
Oh sure. Oh,
In there.
what's going on with this guy over here?
There's I'm not sure. This could be the farm owner, the farmer.
Or a night snack.
That's sad. So it just looks like he's been eaten on by the ghoulies. Nothing else.
Correct.
All right. What was it you wanted to show me there, Gunn?
In this room over here, there's a locked box.
Oh,
You might be able to
Alright.
open.
I mean, I'll take a look. I don't know if it's good to be stealing from the dead, but then again, they can't be using it.
Well, they might have had something that could be clues.
Locked away. Ah, that's fair. Might know something about who this large ship is.
Not only the farmer might have put something in there, but the Ghast and ghoulies might have.
Sure. I will go ahead and try giving it a pick, or 3, or 12,
Okay.
or however many.
Yeah, you
tumblers it
approach
is.
and attempt to you just test it real quick to make sure it's truly locked, and yeah, it seems to be locked. So you're gonna try and unlock it.
I
Go
will.
ahead and give me a thievery check, please.
Ooh, that's only a 15. On the
Let
first one?
Let me get my lock DCs. I didn't have them ready. That's not correct. There we go. It's probably this lock. So sorry, you got a 15. Okay, that is a failure, but it is not a critical failure. So you do not
All
break
right.
your lockpick.
Well, we'll keep trying. That's worse. It's a 13.
13, still not quite good enough. You're kind of struggling a bit with it.
Give it another shot before I just have Gunn try breaking it open. That's better. That's a 27.
Okay, that gets you past the first tumbler.
Okay,
So
that was
tumbler
making a
locks
bit
into
more
place.
progress. Keep going. That's a 20 fire.
Okay, that gets you through the second tumbler. There seems to be one more tumbler left.
Sure. What could go possibly wrong here? That's a
Nothing.
25 on the third
Okay.
one.
And that 25 gets you past the last tumbler, and the lock clicks into place, and you twist the thieves' tools, and the lock comes undone.
All right. Well, I'll check and see if there's any obvious traps here before I open it.
Perception?
Perception. That's this one down here. There we go. That's a 30 total.
Okay. No, it doesn't seem to be locked. It seems like a fairly simple looking chest.
I wouldn't have expected a farmer to be putting traps around, but depends on what they're trying to put in there. So I'll open it up and see what's inside.
Okay. You open it up, and inside, organized into like small leather pouches, are quite a lot of money. Let's see what this comes out to. Roughly 500 silver total,
pretty good.
but it's mixed coinage.
Sure,
It's in
but about
gold and silver and it's mostly in silver and copper.
sure a few gold pieces, mostly silver and copper. All right, well, do you think that's Farmer Hamley over there?
Might be.
That's my best guess so far.
He doesn't have a name tag or anything, unfortunately.
Well, I'll start pulling the little bags out and kind
I
of
mean,
toss
so
them
far you
towards
guys have
Gunn.
just been looking at the body. You haven't gone through them or anything.
Examined him.
Yeah.
I'll go through him.
Asher
Do
will
it.
go inspect the body.
I'll inspect it.
See what's exciting about this dead
I'll
man
dig
who's been
through it.
eaten up. In the
Okay.
meantime, Greshy's just going to toss bags of coinage at Gunn.
Now, where's our bag of holding?
Oh, then fine. I'll just toss him in the bag of holding. I've got it. I was just like the idea of throwing coinage at you. Here, catch.
Uh-oh. Yeah, very.
That too.
that
You
seems-
can toss it back and
I
forth.
can't imagine. I can't imagine Farmer Hamley's going to have much use for this at this
Yeah.
point.
If he's the poor bastard who's been eaten over there, then definitely not.
I might have lied to you
Rummage
about
through
the
his
amount of
corpse.
gold. 1 second.
Okay.
Their money. Let me give you a better number, if I can.
I mean, 500 still pretty good. Should actually write that down over here. 500 SP.
I've got it.
Oh, you got. Oh, okay. I should know you're good at the taking of notes.
When it
All
comes
mine
to
are. All my notes are like names and stuff.
No, yeah, that sounds right. Everyone.
500. All right.
Yeah.
Then we'll leave it at 500 SP. Sounds good.
So Asher, you approach the body and kind of turn it over, and while his flesh is pretty ruined, his clothes are still mostly intact. And you fish around in his pockets and eventually find around his neck is a simple leather cord, and tucked into his shirt is a small key that's attached to it. It's like just a small bronze key.
I wonder if this was to the lock.
Probably.
A little key. Alright. Well, there's nothing on his body except this tiny little key. Or normal.
I guess that makes sense.
So that
Oh,
might
well,
be his.
got some good practice.
Can we try the key in that lock? Or in maybe the front door?
Yeah. I mean, we can, I can go see if it fits in the lock to the
Sure.
Yeah, you make your way over to the little lockbox, close it, and put the key in and twist it. Seems to lock. You pull the key
Alright.
out, put it back in, unlock it. Yep, seems like it fits.
Ooh. Can
Fair
I
enough.
take that lock?
Is it like a padlock,
yeah,
or
it's
is it
like-
built into the box?
Yeah,
Or
no,
is
it's
it-
not built into the box. You could take the lock with you.
Alright,
That's a good
I'll
idea.
just
That's a
take
good
the
call.
lock.
I mean,
Okay, you now have a simple lock
wouldn't hurt to have.
and the
Suppose.
key for it.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
convenient.
I almost
Oh.
was like, didn't take that and just had the key, which one made sense.
Okay, you
Alright,
can just kind
I
of
have a
jam
lock.
the key. You can lock the lock and leave the key in and put that in your bag.
Now, do you suppose that the big ghastly bastard outside would have had anything on him from the master, since he was his
Ooh.
Yeah, we
servant or
should-
whatever?
We
I
should
didn't-
search him.
Didn't occur to me to
Yeah.
check the body until Asher was actually checking over this poor
Mhm.
one.
Since we're in
The
here, let's
last door.
open
Yeah.
the third
Oh,
door
sure.
in the house too.
Third door. There were 3 doors.
If you had told me, I would have been in here, but I didn't
Greshy,
realize.
You must open this door.
But they're not on the same wall.
They're
not
not.
like
Does that matter? Does
We
it
could
have
have
to be?
seen each other. We could have been like, ooh,
For
it's
our-
friendship door.
It's the symmetry.
Okay, so you guys,
It's a friendly activity.
you approach the last door of the house, and open it. If I could actually get to the right layer, okay. And there you
Uh-oh.
find
More
another
cranberry
body.
sauce.
Yes, another body covered in cranberry sauce, very festively laid out on the bed. It looks like they've also been munched on.
Ugh.
And there is a small slip of paper pinned to the back of their overalls.
Ooh, it's if I'm lost, please call this number.
I feel like we've seen this before, actually.
If we
Oh,
take the paper, I'm gonna try and get the paper before Asher does.
Ash
All
is
the,
not
all the
gonna do
notes
it.
have been addressed to Asher.
Oh, you think this one's going to be addressed to you if you take it first?
No, I think it's gonna be addressed to Asher, and I want to get to it first.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
You approach
Well, he
and
doesn't-
Wants to
snatch up
protect
the.
me from the letters.
Oh, we do need to shelter Asher a little bit.
Poor Asher.
Let's see.
He's too pure for this world.
Whoopsies. I need to grab the letter.
Being-
Haha.
Careful to make sure this isn't actually a ghoul.
That would
no,
also be good.
Just
Yeah, it
hiding
seems to be too eaten to be a ghoul.
Okay.
But you carefully reach out and grab the, rip the letter off, which has been sort of safety pinned on.
Safety pin.
Yes.
Wouldn't want it
And
to.
on the back, written in blood, it does say Asher. And you can
Just the
unfold it if
name?
you wish.
I'm gonna read it. I'll look at Asher real quick, and then I'll read it to myself
Okay. Let me.
before I read it out loud.
Just staring at each other's. You have a letter. I'm like, is it for me? What is?
Are you reading his letters?
That's a felony to read. someone else's mail.
Interfering with delivery of mail is against the law.
It's okay. I give him permission to open all my letters.
To Asher Ford, care of.
Your lordship.
Sorry,
Avatar's
I'm
gonna be
just
so
trying to-
pissed with you. I swear.
All my mail will go through Gunn from now on. Nobody
There it is.
speak to me.
So we need to set up a forwarded address.
Yeah, all master things can go through Gunn. And
Ghoul mail
he'll
delivery.
deliver
There's a
to me.
thought. An enterprising necromancer could have a good ghoul mail delivery service going.
Hay and
There
blood.
we go.
Email them to my friend Gunn at
Think of it like,
show.com.
yeah, think of it like Wells Fargo.
Here, I'll
like
show
Wells
it to-
Fargo, except with ghouls.
I'll show it to all of you, but I guess only Gunn read it. Here you go.
Okay.
I'll show it to the audience as well.
Okay, after reading that, I will read it out loud. It says, "Take the fever into you, my love. It shall be the first of my gifts to you." So, this lordship thinks maybe you would like to be a ghoul.
Maybe, I don't know.
How
I
do
don't know what
you-
it feels like to be a ghoul, but
He's
I
been
feel like I
inviting
wouldn't
you-
like it.
He's been inviting you into his pack as well. That was the last message from Graced.
He or
So-
she does say they love me.
Yeah.
That's nice. Like,
It's
I
good
wish
to
that's
be
the
loved.
only thing the letter said is like, I love you. Do you like me? Like, circle one, Y or N. That would be okay.
That would be nicer, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case.
Oh,
Well, this does make a bit more difficult.
this person is very strange.
And who is it signed by? Your lordship again?
Mhm.
Yes, all the letters you found so far have been signed Your Lordship.
Is there any other... Greshy's going to kind of push past, haven't heard that. Is there any other things in this room that look... Are there any clues? Is there any sign of, like, anything besides ghasts or any
No,
sort of
it
thing
seems
like that?
No, it seems like he's
How's
just
the
been ripping
empty
jaw on
walls.
this dead body?
The jaw is still there.
The jaw is still there.
Very
I mean, we could
inconsistent.
cast Speak with Dead.
I don't know Speak with Dead,
Oh, okay.
but a priest may be able to do so.
Oh, actually,
Can't find a priest at this hour.
sorry, I missed the obvious thing. Yes, if you flip him over, he is missing his jaw, and he does have the Sahedron rune carved into his chest.
Oh,
Well,
lucky.
so no use in dragging his corpse back to talk to anyone, but... Well, shite.
Why is it always
Right.
one person they take the job and they carve up?
What
Was it
was-
one or no? It was those two
No.
guys had it too. You're right.
They do it to anybody. I'm pretty confident they are doing it to people to make sure that nobody can talk about what they're seeing.
What the
um,
other guy?
Did the body? Yeah, I did. The body in the other
farmer?
room,
Mm,
the farmer, have his jaw removed?
No, his jaw seems to be intact.
So that's a strange loose end there to leave.
it's weird that they like. It's like pick and choose who you wanna do that to.
They were pretty thorough up to a point. Either they were ghouls
Mhm.
or they were not allowed to talk.
Yep, the farmer is the first one we found who's relatively intact and not ghoulified. I suppose we could try to bring his body back to town. Wrap
Sure
it up,
seems
put
like
it in
a
a
plan.
cart or something.
May have heard something from the other ghouls and ghast.
Perhaps I need a religion check for this, but how would that be regarded generally? Like
How would what?
Us
be
dragging a
regarded?
corpse into town and then
dragging a corpse
tossing
to
it
the
as
town and asking the priest to cast Speak with Dead for us?
Um,
Is that a normal thing?
it's
We're
not very
adventurers.
normal,
What do we do that's
no.
normal?
Is it a rude thing?
I mean, if you had it covered up, it'd be fine.
I mean, we could make a case as well to the priest that this is kind of vital to the protection of the town. You could use your fancy words, Gunn, to try and get him to be willing to cooperate with us.
Yeah, I could. I just want to make sure it's not
We
gonna
just
like
wrap them in blankets.
make the
too.
townsfolk all
Aye.
think we're crazy when we come through. Like, what?
Can we wrap him in somebody's bedroll that's not mine?
No, I mean like there's sheets on the
bedrolls and
beds.
sheets in the bed.
Oh, there's sheets.
Yeah.
Okay. I just fixed up my bedroll. I didn't want to get it all stained with blood.
Though
Yeah.
Asher personally doesn't understand the need to cover things. There are sheets on the bed, and I have rope, a bunch of rope. if
Fair.
you need to wrap.
All right. Well, I want to take a look at the body of the Ghast outside, see if he had anything left by the master for him that he would have kept, and then we'll try dragging the carps back. Well, actually, we want to burn the bodies, don't we?
Yeah, we probably should do something about all these.
Should we burn them, or should we let the sheriff know and then not? I feel like destroying evidence
Are we gonna
Evidence of
try?
what?
of
So-
a Ghast attack, and that it wasn't just random murder or something.
That we didn't do it?
That too. I've been in
Yeah.
jail before. I'd rather not go back.
The other thing
Um,
is that there's like we don't
unpleasant.
know how many scarecrows are still ghouls. Did we want to go around and look at every scarecrow?
We probably should clear the field out. That would be the right thing to do.
I'm fairly certain that we'd be taken at our word for what happened here, but if nothing else, the farmers.
He might be bringing the sheriff
Testimony.
himself, because he was riding to town to let them know. So
Oh,
he
yeah,
might be
the-
bringing the sheriff himself. So we could probably burn them, but maybe we wait for them to get here before we do. In the meantime, we clear out the ghasts and or not the ghasts, the ghouls. Maybe they're ghasts,
Yeah,
scarecrows, whatever they are.
We could just burn the fields and the scarecrows. Well then, that's not a good idea. I didn't ignore that I said that.
I'd rather not start fires that we can't control.
Big
Yep.
fire.
yeah. I was thinking the barn would be the thing to burn.
Oh sure.
The farmhouse could be. Seems like it could be salvaged. There's not quite so much carnage in here. And also since the barn is built into stone like that, we could probably clear a perimeter that would be more effective at keeping the fire contained.
Again, maybe I'd like to see if the let's clear the field, get the rest of the ghasts and ghouls going. Then if the sheriff isn't back, we can start working on putting the bodies in the barn for burning. I just would rather have him take a look and,
Yeah.
taking that into account before we just burn everything we see.
Fair.
And not burn the fields, Asher, just in case.
Yeah. Asher's good idea is not a good idea.
I mean, we just don't want to kill any more innocents.
That's
that
what
would
I
be-
thought. That's why I took it back. I was like,
I-
ooh, maybe that's
like,
not a good idea.
We've done this before. Let's not do it again. All right. Well, let me go check on this guy outside.
Ah.
Yep. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, you make your way outside, back to the mess of
Bodies.
ghast bodies that you left outside the barn.
We left a lot of bodies out here.
Yes,
About 10, I think it was, 11.
Something like that. It was a few.
a couple of them disintegrated, but the rest are
That's true.
Okay, yeah, you approach the ghast, which seemed to be their leader of sorts, and you're just gonna search the body.
I just see if there was anything left by the master for him. By your lordship. Another convenient letter, or I don't know, just a signed will saying if I die, you get all my stuff.
That would be cool.
That gives
I
us
get
his name and
weird
address.
Stuff.
That's
Weird
not
lordship
impulse,
items for Asher.
Maybe a forwarded address for the ghoul mail service.
Okay, so digging through this ghast's belongings, you do find a scrap of parchment, very similar to the ones you found on, very similar to the notes to Asher.
Mhm.
And it says, let's see, what's his name? Gerald Hambley, son of oh shoot, I lost his name.
Gerald Hambley, son of Farmer Hambley.
Grumbly Hamble.
Yeah, what the
I'm
hell
going
is
to
his-
assume the
I don't
father's
remember what
name.
his first name is.
The father's name is Farmer. It is now canon
Former
that
farmer.
He was born into this life.
Did I
His
ever say
father
his name?
before him named him Farmer.
Huh. I guess I don't have his name. That's weird.
Okay.
Well, let's call him Jack.
Jack Hambley.
Jack Hambley.
All right. I like
Humble.
it.
Okay. Yeah, no, Jack Hambley. I like it.
Jack Hambley.
Jack
Tim?
Timothy Hambley.
Jack Timothy Hamley.
But you may
So,
call
yes,
me
you find this
Tim?
parchment that says Gerald Hambley, son of Jack Timothy Hambley,
Jack T.
written in the same style and signed Your Lordship. And you also find wrapped around it is a simple leather cord. Attached to it is a somewhat ornate iron key. The key itself seems to bear some kind of heraldic symbol. It's like an engraving of a rose bush with a lot of thorns and thistles surrounding a sleeping fox.
Aw,
A fox?
that's cute. And very pretty.
I was fucking right. Would
What
we
were
have
you
seen
right
this
about?
emblem before? Perhaps on a certain nobleman who decided we need to go bar hunting?
You think back, your memory flashes. Give me perception.
It's a 22 total.
Yes, you do remember seeing this this symbol on one of the clasps of his jacket.
Okay, I guess.
I
Mystery
fucking told
solved.
you. That
But I mean,
damn dandy, you
probably
can't trust
wasn't.
them.
He probably wasn't undead at that time.
Sure didn't seem to be.
So somebody came through and turned him.
Well, this
Now we know who your lordship. If only we could have saved. What was his dog's name?
Annabelle.
Annabelle. If only we could have saved Annabelle.
Annabelle, who was later
This would have
Elizabeth
never
because he couldn't remember
happened.
his dog's fucking name.
Poor Annabelle.
Dandy, who
That's what happens. You let one dog die.
he just turned down a road of pure evil.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now where'd he come from? Do you remember?
Like his
Question.
city?
Yeah, he came from another city. Wasn't he from Magnamar?
Yeah, I thought he was from Magnamar.
Was he from Magnamar?
And he had the
Yes.
family business.
You all
Would
talk
He
to
came
each
down
other,
here,
and you remember him mentioning in his many stories that he told you that his family was from is a noble family from Magnamar who has a mansion along the coast, but he doesn't live there anymore. He lives in the city of Magnamar proper.
Probably not anymore.
how old was he? He wasn't super old, was he? He wasn't, say, 50 or 60 years old.
No, he was maybe late 20s.
Okay, so I wouldn't remember him from my time, probably in
That's
Magnamar.
right. Aldern Foxglove seems to be your lordship, probably.
What was the business his family was in? Did he ever say?
The
He
business.
never really said.
I
No,
remember
he
him
did
being
say
kind
he
of
spent
dodgy
time.
about it.
He said he spent some time working, not riding horses, but working for the business. But he didn't specify what.
Maybe it's a sketchy business, like the business of the. I'm gonna call them the spaghettis. That's not what they are.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Scarnettis.
The
Yeah,
viewers
the
all-
Scarnettis.
Oh,
That-
here's the frickin' pansy himself. Aldern Fancy Pants Foxglove.
You're right. Let's take a look at the letter he wrote to Mortwell Haskin Tabe again.
Oh, ignore that.
Ooh.
A deal has come about that I need capital for. It involves property and gold. It will make us all rich. So if Aldern Foxglove had sent them this, it probably would have gone. To Bradley's barn. Do we know where his manor is on the map?
You do not know, but you're sure that you could probably ask around town.
Okay.
There are a couple of
Well-
manors along the Lost Coast. Nobles like to build their houses in fancy places by the sea.
Lost Coast. Where's the Lost Coast?
That's the
South or
entire
north?
coastline.
Oh, okay.
It's the whole coast. Well, let's now that we have that in mind, let's clean up here and start
Yeah.
working our way back to town. So first off, we want to take the bodies into the barn, or do we want to clear out the ghouls and then just try and drag them all together?
Start by putting them in the barn.
I think into the barn. The barn doesn't feel like it's worth cleaning out, full of gore as it is.
Okay. Well, so I guess we'll start moving bodies into the barn.
Okay.
Put the bodies in the
You
barn.
move. We don't need to manually do that, so I'll switch us over back to the party view. You move all of the bodies into the barn and arrange them along the ground, kind of in a pile together. Do you take the bodies from the farmhouse as well?
Yes, except for the main farm. Well, do we think we need the main farmer anymore now that we've kind of
I
figured
feel
out?
like we've cracked the code, so I think we can take everybody and just stack them up in there.
Well, perhaps we can. Let's take the two that were still human and maybe bury them properly.
Well, if we're going to do that again, I'd like to have the sheriff take a look if he's going to be coming. Actually,
So let's leave the
Sure.
house for now.
Asher, do you mind riding out and seeing if you can track down the sheriff on his way over, if he's on his way over?
Yeah, I can do that.
You and
My
Blitz?
cool horse. My very awesome, perfect horse that I got.
You did for a steal.
What is his name?
Blitz.
Blitz?
His name is Blitz.
I was like Bolt or Blitz, fast creature.
Super Blitz.
Wheezing as
Super
it runs
fast.
around. Yeah, I can do that on my good pal Blitz.
Let's leave the farmhouse for now, but let's try to grab the scarecrows.
Maybe
throw them
while
in the barn as well.
Asher's trying to find that, you and I can just kind of go around and check before killing each of these ghouls.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll find somebody still alive.
So Asher, you ride off, I guess, back towards the town.
Night.
Through the
Yes.
night, lantern out. Right.
I have my ever burning torch.
Oh, you have your ever-burning torch, yeah.
Da, da,
Aye.
da.
The ghoulies are coming. The ghoulies are coming.
Yeah, you go riding off to town to try and intercept the sheriff or whoever ends up coming. The remainder of you head down to back to the fields where you check the remaining bodies. All of them either turn out to be more ghouls, which you were able to kill fairly easily, or are just regular scarecrows, all except for one,
Oh,
which appears to be a young boy, who, after a bit of checking, definitely seems to be infected and is a bit ill, but is otherwise still human.
is there anything I can do to treat ghoul fever, or to at least delay the onset of it, besides use that weird tincture that did I give that back to Asher?
Yeah, I think we are pretty clear that weird tincture is not going to do any good.
Probably not. So yeah,
And
is
in
there
fact, might do harm.
well, I haven't died yet, but it's hard to say. Is there anything I can do with poultices and regular healing, or is that something that really needs to be dealt with by a priest or somebody a bit more advanced?
You can do a medicine check to see. You can try and attempt to at least bolster his immune system against the disease.
That's awful. It's only a 16 total.
That does beat the DC of the disease, so you do
Oh,
manage to
okay.
bolster his resistance. by just applying some. He's unconscious and sweating profusely and seems malnourished, but you are able to fix some of his wounds and give him a few, place a few herbs on his tongue to help.
Bit of tree bark to bring the fever down.
Yeah,
Sort of thing.
seems to be helping, but you probably want to get him in the hands of a real priest or doctor ASAP,
All right. Well,
or soon-ish.
Mhm.
Rather. Within
assuming we found him
so.
last, I would say that.
While you're doing that,
Mhm.
I can be dragging the bodies of the ghouls and the unfortunate lady who turned at the very last minute into the barn. I'd like to, if it doesn't take too much work, clear at like 6 feet around the barn of hay bales or anything else that's propped up. Throw that all inside as well.
Okay. Yeah, you can get to working on that. It'll take some time since you're doing it on your own, while Greshy is treating this boy out in the field.
Call it a penance.
Meanwhile, Asher, you've charged through the night, up around the road through the mountains to intercept exactly who you expected. Sheriff what's his face?
Fuck. Is it
Why am I
Hemlock?
blanking on his name? Hemlock.
Sheriff Hemlock.
Sheriff.
You meet Sheriff Hemlock and 5 town guard, who are all also riding in your direction.
Ooh.
I assume
Hello.
you meet up with them and tell them what.
I just ride past them now. I meet up with them. I don't have time for you guys.
Is Grumpy Cat?
Yeah. I tell them what happened. I tell them about the ghouls and the farm and.
No, Maester Grump is not with them. The old man. But yeah, you tell them about the ghouls in the farm. They ask you to show the way, and you all hurry back. By this point, Gunn is just finishing clearing up the area around the farmhouse and getting ready to set fire. And as you guys work out the barn, sorry, yeah. And as you guys work out plans to set the barn alight and go over the details with Sheriff Hemlock and his men, the day turns over to the next, and you all have a lovely little bonfire. And that, I think, is where we are going to end the session for today.
All right.
Aha.
Let's have them send 2 men with the boy back before we start the fire.
Yeah, you're
don't need to
able
watch
to send,
bonfire.
have them run off with the carry the. Well, only one is needed, since they can only fit one on the horse. Or
Yeah, fair enough.
him plus the kid. So one of them rushes off with the boy. The rest of you explain the situation to Hemlock and get to grim work of setting the barn alight. And that will basically be the rest of the day. Whether or not you stay here or go to Sandpoint for the night, for I guess the early morning sleep, is up to you. But you are all quite exhausted from the day's events. And that is it for today. So,
Yay.
I hope you all had a lovely, warm Thanksgiving episode.
A little bonfire at the end.
Cranberries, the fire, the warm messages of love from.
Yeah,
People.
love and appreciation from.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for fucking Aldern Foxglove and his goddamn shenanigans. It's fucking right.
I know.
Maybe his family's
It was
just
the
really
first thing you said, and I was like, oh shit.
I was
You
like,
got
who's
it.
the only lordship I know? The only lordship I could think of that would know Asher. And I was like, well, maybe Asher's got something in his backstory or something. No, it's fucking. Hated that
Well,
guy. from
I
the
didn't know
moment I
who
met
it
him.
was.
All right. That's it for tonight. We are Third Action we're on live every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Twitch.tv/Third Action. You can find us on the YouTube, on the Twitch, on the Twitter, on the Facebook, on whatever. Give us a like, subscribe, follow, etc. Give me candy, give me pizza,
Give me candy.
chocolate. I don't know. I don't like chocolate.
Broccoli.
Broccoli. Oh, I like broccoli. I'll take broccoli.
Broccoli is
Yeah.
good.
Anything else I missed? We're on for next week, right?
We are on regular time for next week.
Yes.
Okay.
There may be some periods in December, but we're working that out.
All right. So, hopefully we'll see you all next week. Otherwise, good night, everybody.
Finger
Good night.
quotes.